talk too much. I've been living in the basement, trying to make a statement.
So this story happened like 2 weeks ago, right? New Year's. And normally on New Year's, I don't really like do shit, right? But on this New Year's, I wanted to spice things up a little bit, right? Because 2020, like, let's just be honest, kind of a fucking shit show, right? So I was trying to go into like the New Year's, just like having some fun, you know what I mean? Getting down a little bit. So on this faithful day, I decided I wanted to do Somali, right? And at this point, I've done it before, right? So I like know what to expect and shit. So like the day prior, I hit up my plug, right, and I grabbed some. And this shit came like in some rocks and like some powder, right? These rocks were fucking beautiful, bro. Like just straight like glistening, bro. Like so sexy, right? And you know, me being me, like I grab it and I want to do it right away, but I'm like, no, I gotta wait, right? So I hold on for it for a day and I put it in like this cupboard, right? And the day comes where I decide to do it. And throughout the day, like on New Year's Eve, I'm just waiting, bro. Like trying to make plans, like, cause I don't want to do it alone. Like I said last time, like when you're on Molly, bro, like you always want to like do more and be around people and shit. So I was just trying to hit up some people and try to find some plans for the night, right? But as time came closer to like the nighttime, like shit kind of like fell through, right? So I was kind of stuck on my own. And then nighttime finally rolls around, right? And I decided to do it. And on this day, I took 5 points, which honestly, that's like a lot to take. Like, and this shit was like pretty pure, right? Like, I've seen like tests of like this shit, and it's pretty damn pure. So, 5 points of pure Molly is like a lot, right? So I take it, right? I pop all of it, and I wait, right? I'm just chilling, like just watching YouTube, and I wait. And I'd say about like 45 minutes to an hour later, this shit hits me, right? Like I start like feeling it. And this time like it hit me like way sooner than it did like my first time, which was like really weird. Like I was expecting it to like take longer, but it really didn't. Like I don't know. I feel like my first time like I didn't really like feel it that much, but like I did, but not really. And this time it like set in pretty quick, so I was pretty excited. And as it hits me, right, I put on my headphones and I start bumping music, right? Like I'm just playing like a lot of EDM music. And pro tip, when you're off Molly, like play EDM, like it's the shit. Like it just sounds like so amazing. And even when you're sober, like that shit still hits pretty hard. So and I've never really like gotten into it until like I done this drug, right? And I understand like why like raving and like EDM music is like really big, you know what I mean? And I'm bussing, right? Like I'm high as fuck. Like I'm rolling balls, right? And I have these LED lights and on like one of like the like remote, it has like these like flash setting, right? So I turn that shit on, bro. And that shit is trippy. Like when you're on Molly, bro, like everything to me is like more saturated. Like lights and like colors are like brighter than they like normally are when you're like sober and shit. So that shit was like insane and like the lights were just like so amazing. Like I was like fascinated by the way they looked and shit. And my jaw, bro, was locked. Like it was like crazy like how like hard this shit was hitting me, right? Cuz like the first time like it like hit me but like didn't, and this shit like hit me like a brick, and I've never like felt like this before, so it was kind of like tripping me out a little bit, right? And I had some wax on me, right? So I decided to take some dabs, right? And I was heating on my torch and like hitting my nectar and shit, like blowing it out the window, right? So I don't get in trouble. And honestly, smoking weed when you're on Molly doesn't really do anything. Like I kind of felt the dab, but like not really. So if you have weed and you're on Molly, like I recommend it's not really like worth the time to like smoke it. I feel like it's kind of like a waste of weed. So, pro tip right there too, save it for the come down, because Molly sometimes makes people feel like shit. Like, me personally, like, it doesn't really, like, do shit to me the day after, but some people it does. But back on topic. And in my head, right, I was like, well, I'm not at a party, so I'm gonna just party to myself, right? And I was dancing and just having like an amazing night, just having like a grand old time, and that shit was just so fun, and like I was just like so happy and like filled with like joy, and like I just wanted to like hug everybody and like talk to people, and nobody would like really hit me up, right? Because everybody was out doing shit, so that shit was kind of bumming me out a little bit, if I'm being honest. And it came midnight, right? And my fucking like fireworks started going off, right? And my dog like was in my room, and my dog starts barking, right? And that shit was tweaking me out, bro. Like, I was like in my head, well, I'm on Molly, right? And my room probably smells like weed. Like if my parents come in, I'm fucked, right? So I was trying to like chill my dog out and shit, right? Cause she was barking, bro. And I don't know how the fuck my mom and didn't wake up, but she never like came into my room or like told me to like be quiet and shit. So that's a plus. But I was tweaking out, bro. I was like, damn, like my eyes are fucking big, bro. Like she's obviously gonna know I'm on something if she finds me like this. So in my head, I was kind of tweaking, right? But yeah, like after that, I was kind of just like playing some games and like just enjoying myself listening to music. But this night wasn't really like that eventful, except I was like on Molly, but like I didn't really like do a whole lot, and kind of like disappointed, but because I wish I could have like done more. But like I had a good time, and I don't know. I just wish I could have like done more shit, because like I wanted to like experience it, like doing things. You feel me? Instead of just like being in my room playing video games and just like listening to music. But yeah, this is my New Year's. Ain't really much happened except me doing drugs. So hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna try to come out with something maybe like later today or tomorrow. So keep tuned.